Generic greetings and welcome back once again to RimWorld, where in the previous episode we finally sold some jackets, so that took us long enough. That's been hanging over us for, what, many episodes now? Half the series? Probably something like that. We also managed to build a fairly decent building here, which is going to be our area for recreation. Now I am going to expand it over to this side as well, so we have, this is basically eating, and then we'll have a separate area for like playing chess and for pool and whatever we build, because you can build all of that, so we will go ahead. Let me just get rid of that tree. We also probably going to go and remove the wind turbines. I would like to keep them, but I just don't know where to place them. Actually, placing them down here wouldn't be too much of a problem. But yeah, we also want to expand upon this and just generally progress on. We have a bit of an issue when it comes to the cotton and lack of it, but yeah, eventually once we've got that, we'll be able to build all of this. And that doesn't actually have any power, so I should probably go ahead and power those up with some power conduits, which will run, I think, just across and then up and then along like so. Just to follow the same sort of procedure as the other stuff. With it getting a bit chilly, we do want to start focusing on the heating arrangements, so turning on all of the heaters, which we have done in the majority of the buildings that have them. The ones that don't have them we are trying to build, but we do have a bit of an issue when it comes to, well, lack of steel, so we're just going to keep mining all of the steel like that. We can go and trade for it, but it's not ideal. I'm just going to double check to see if there's anything like, no, that's a marble wall. Other things away, no. Oh, we've still got that flooring to remove as well. So, and there's also this as well. This is the problem, though, that if we dig too far, it could cause a problem. But we'll see what it's like. So these have placed, thankfully, the rest of the walls that I wanted. So we're going to deconstruct all of that. Although I'll cancel that because I think that's where they'll start removing the power conduit. Now, sandstone door we want to remove, but not the power conduit, which it's not doing anyway. So that's fine. So, deconstruct all of these walls. It hopefully will be... These will keep the roof up. It should do. There shouldn't be a problem. But if there is, then... Oh dear, let's not think about that, shall we not? The cooler will probably have to build another one as well. In fact, we'll build a copy there. We'll probably have to do the same thing with the heater. It'll probably be too small, I think. Or the room will be too large, rather, I guess. We want to get some walkways as well, because at the moment it's just a bit of a nightmare. Let's place those in. We're going to be building these both together. I am prioritising, however, the expansion of this middle bit, just because it's the simplest one to do. Ah! Come on, cancel. Third time's the charm of getting this in the right place. There we go. And all those can be... Oh, I could have just reinstalled them, couldn't I? Cancel all of those. Cancel deconstructing. Cancel and cancel. Right, so reinstall, reinstall, and reinstall. We will have to build some of them. And I don't even think we need these, you know, we're just doing it because we can. We have them. There we are. Okay, so it looks like we have eventually managed to get all of the stuff that we need, because like the heaters in our build, which is good. Those are set to 21 degrees. I believe all of them are set to 21 degrees. Yes, they are. That's fine. Still a minor risk from squint. Jealous of Diver's bedroom. Because I got the heater, probably. It's only a bit of jealousy. So that's getting built. That's fine. That's going to be removed. We do need to place the flooring once they've removed the rest of it. These pillars essentially are in there. We have not as much corn as we had, because obviously we did go ahead and trade a lot of that. And what was interesting is just how much they have for sale when it comes to weapons and such, and it sort of reminded me that we don't have a lot. A bulk goods trader has turned up. That's sort of what we want. That is good. So let's get Nicole to have a chat. So what can we trade with them? So they are up for buying pretty much anything. That's fine. They're also selling 2 cows and a bull and some chocolate. Chem fuel. There's berries there and potatoes. They have components and cloth. I'm going to I want all of the cloth that they have. I like all of the components they have as well, but it's also quite expensive. Very expensive indeed, actually. But I've got loads of things like buffalo wool that they can have, and things like wolf skin, you know, like tiny bits of it, bear skin. They're just been cluttering. You can't build anything with it because it's in such low quantity. So I'm going to hand that over to them. Camel hide. I mean, anything under about 50, I would say, is probably the way to go. And we have beer, and beer is worth quite a bit. Good commodity to have. There's some dusters, dog leather dusters, poor. Dog leather t-shirt, camel hide duster. That'll be itchy. Oh, that'll be really itchy. What else do you want to sell them? That's fine. That's fine. They can have the blue fur. Fox fur will keep. The rest can go. Do you want to sell any berries and potatoes? No, we'll sell both. Actually, no, we'll keep the. Well, I'll get rid of both because we can always pick the berries up. Tortoise meat, yeah, we can get rid of that. Pork, a fair bit of that. We can have that. Iguana meat. Is it iguana on a stick, like on Fallout 2? Which, spoiler alert, wasn't iguana. I think we'll keep the pork. And after all that, they're going to give us some silver. That'll be about right, I think. That's fine. Excellent. Okay. So, I'm glad those have turned up. Obviously, we have sold them quite a bit, but it means it frees up this and gives us just some more options. And because we bought that cloth, you can see now we are finally finishing some of these bedrooms. If any of the colonists ever get into a relationship that want a double bed, then we'll obviously go ahead and build some slightly bigger bedrooms. These rooms are just ad hoc. We can change them if we wanted to over to prisoners or for medical. Eventually, once we've got the microelectronics and then a hospital bed, we can then have like a clean room where you can have proper clean flooring. There's a specific floor that you make, and we'll do that. We'll do just that. So it looks like they've finished what they can in here. As you can see, there's bits and bobs all over the place. I haven't focused on one room rather than anything else, but it's not too much of a problem. Oh, look, it looks like Land's still got to do that. I'm actually going to tell Land to prioritise hauling that silver, please. We don't really want it just leaving there. Thank you very much. So, I'm still producing all of that. What I'm going to do, they're producing sandstone chunks. I don't think we'll be producing any more slate. No, we're not. We're not producing any more slate. And that's what I thought might have happened. Let's build a copy there. The lights have went off. We'll actually reinstall those right next to there. Because this is going to be quite a dark room with it being this warehouse type thing. Reinstall them there. And obviously we're removing all of these sandstone chunks anyway, so we can get the resource back off them and expand. But I'm not going to do that until these are removed. I'm just staring at the cloud by the look of it. Let's get rid of these. Get it done. Which means I can expand. There we go. So, we want to have this as expand zone. Boom. Boom. And boom. A lot bigger zone. We want to have the flooring sorted. So, floors, sandstone, tiles, and we'll just sandstone tile a lot. Like that. We shouldn't need more coolers, I don't think we will. Sandstone tile, do I want to have sandstone tile in there? This is going to be our this is our place where we eat. Maybe a wooden floor is acceptable. I don't think there'd be any fire inside there. There shouldn't be a reason for it. It's just where they eat. I think a wooden floor for now should be acceptable. We don't have any wood. I don't know. Actually, I'm not too sure. I'll have a think about that. I'm going to do something else instead. Move that. Alright, I'll cancel the building of it. Let's go over to sandstone flagstone. We're going to change that to a slate flagstone because we do have... Oh, careful now. We do have loads of slate blocks. And what we're going to do is finally we're going to make walkways around the outside here. Like that. All of this is going to be like a little compound type thing. Like so. And up and around there. Well, up to there for now, to be honest with you. Like that. And that'll have more than enough. That'll be nice to have like a nice, finally, a nice little walky bit. Eventually you want to have, oh perfect, this is starting to get harvested now. Eventually you want to have it pretty much fully slated over apart from the growing areas, because then it means you can, where's Rodriguez off to? Oh, they're hauling that out. Oh, okay, let me change that. Yeah, it's good to have it as eventually, so it's all slate or whatever, or just flooring so it doesn't burn. But then what you also want to do is haul that. You want to have like growing zones in separate areas, and then you can have fire suppression and stuff. But I don't think we'll ever get to that point. I don't think we'll ever get that advanced. To get to that fight, you're talking many hours of play. And I don't know when we will be knocking this on the head, or whether we'll be forced to knock it on the head. Looks like Dive's on an alcohol binge. Okay, so let's have a quick look. So right kidney is destroyed because of a gunshot before. I'm pretty sure that's how it was destroyed. Alcohol is now warm. So pain times 90%. Manipulation -2. So they've had they've had like a little sip. Oh, and now they went to tipsy there for a moment. So they're everybody's best mate. And now they're looking at the stars. You know what? Having a couple of beverages and just staring through a telescope at the stars sounds actually like a nice pastime. But now he's getting absolutely pished. Okay, that could be a problem. Consciousness -10%. I think we might make some more fermenting barrels, you know. Do you want to increase our more hops? Do you want to have more hops? Hops is a hardy plant, I think. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. It's not too bad. So it looks like all of these are now sorted. Oh, there's the squirrel. So I don't know why, but I think we should call it Rick. There we go. So we got Rick. Actually, I didn't even check. Ah, female. Maybe not Rick. How about Kelly the squirrel? Lovely. Right. So we want to finish off the heating system. Heating, and heating. But oh, that is indoors 20 degrees. So that heater is fine where it is. I'm going to put it in the center there, just more centralized, more better, I think. But that should be okay. You can see they're moving some of the stuff from the barrel there, which is good. Let's build some more copies. And how many buckets of ale? Buckets of wort do we have? None, but they are starting to harvest the hops. So that's fine. This area is almost completerated. Looks like there's another harvest going on over there. Expand zone. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. The flooring is getting placed here. We have nowhere near enough, but we do have that set to make sandstone and make slate. I'm going to prioritise slate for the time being. Inside here then, haven't yet decided. Carpet would be nice, but it's going to take a lot to carpet that, so perhaps not. Exhaustion from Diver. Well, to be fair, they were drinking all night. So, drinking on a school night? Self-inflicted. I think my sympathy levels have hit 0. Right, so let's go for a... Ooh, what do we want? Gold floor. No, it's not someone's tower. Let's go for... wood. Nice and warming wood. Hopefully it won't burn through it. But what we'll do is we'll put slate flagstone. So it can't burn through. Like that. I also need to remove those as well. Purple. Prioritize getting rid of the sandbox for us, please. I know you normally... I know you've got cleaning up to do, but this is quite a priority. There we go. Thank you. And slate flagstone. We'll go around the outside like so. There we go. And around there. And then around there. And these stockpiles keep getting smaller and smaller. Not that it's a problem, you understand. It's just the nature of the beast. We want to go for more wood. Orders. Chop wood. There and, quite frankly, just there. They'd be fine. Because I want to finally put in... just double checking up there. Yeah, they haven't got those. We need to get those traps placed. We're due an assault, actually. So, security. Spike trap. Is that correct? I think it is. There we are. Eventually we will go ahead and change that wall, as I mentioned a couple of times, but it's okay for now. It's not... You can see that it's now 2 degrees, so it's going to start to get quite chilly. Well, it is quite chilly anyway, but it's fine. I mean, it's still t-shirt weather, 1 degree. Okay, it's getting a bit chilly. They'll be alright, they'll be fine. We'll get the harvest in. Looks like there's these cotton plants that are growth rate 0%. So, oh no, they're going to start to grow when the sun comes up because it's been not ideal temperature. See that temperature growth multiplier? Oh, it's only 12%. It should be fine. That's all right. And it's always quite chilly in here because that's just the nature of the beast. It is, after all, the freezer. And looks like the looks like Juliet and Steakums is having some of our simple meals. How are we doing for herbal medicine? We're actually doing quite well, so we could probably, if we wanted to, start selling some of that. There's some people just wandering by. They're friends, though, so we're not going to capture those. They've got sharp bows in pemmican and stuff, so... Yeah. So, that's been ordered there. What I want to do is get some lighting in here. So we'll have a light there, a light there, and probably a light roughly in the middle, which looks to be around there. We will have to run some power cables along, like so. And then the flooring will be put in. There you go, there's the lighting. And what I'm going to do is reinstall these tables. And do I want them back to back? I don't think I do. We'll put them over one corner like that. That'll be fine. Can you reinstall? No, you can only uninstall. There's a group, which is a shame. And we're just sort of focusing on getting things moved over. At least you don't have to flat pack it. There we go. How's mining doing? Mining's okay. Still some more to mine around there though. Orders, mine, more steel. I'm guessing the other stuff's been... Yeah, the other stuff's been removed anyway. It's not getting hauled though. And that's components. We need to haul those components. Purple, can you go and haul those components for me, please? Because they are valuable. Is that uranium? It is uranium as well, yeah. So I'm just going to have a look around to see if we do have components that have been picked up. There was some mined there, but they're no longer there. And there was some elsewhere that's been gone as well. And I don't think we need to mine that uranium ore just yet, do you? Could make a uranium ore wall, but doesn't seem proper and true. So, that's set up to smelt. These have all been ordered to be shifted, which will shift the other ones anyway. The heater is on in here, but it's not doing a decent job. Target temperature... Oh no, it is doing a decent job. It's just when Diver came in, he was this exhaling. The breath was a bit... you can see the breath, so I don't know. Right, so we want to reinstall that, and I want to reinstall it just there. And the reason for that is... Hang on. Reinstall. Rotate it around. The reason for that is I want to put the other stuff across here. So we've got a couple of things that we can place, or rather that we want to place. Production. Want an electric smithy to go there. And we also want a machining table to go there. And the light can be reinstalled roughly in the centre of the room. And then we can build copies of these there and there. And that is a much better production zone. Again, still probably temporary. We need to move things around, but I'm not going to worry about... I'm not going to excessively worry about every little thing. Looks like that eating area is getting cleaned, which is good. That is good. So once these are up, we might be able to focus on... oh, is that another piece of... yeah, that's another component. So, prioritize hauling, please, purple. You can see Henriette's going to chop some trees down while eating a meal. And obviously they'll be building all of this as well. So, it doesn't say that we're missing any warm clothing. You'll notice that there's a lot of dusters in and around here now. And that's understandable. That is understandable. I'm going to toggle these coolers off. We no longer need them. This one will require some heaters, though. I'll place a heater in there. Oh, I'll have some beverages. That's the problem with beer. People quite like to drink beer, so you end up having this issue where you go, what we'll do is we'll brew some beer and we'll sell it on. And then you come back and there's 4 people lying on the floor like Barney Gumble burping. So that, yes, I'm going to go out on a limb here and assume that that has been consumed from within. Yes. Blocked by oak tree. Oh yes, so indeed it is. So... let's remind ourselves where we have to get to in the long term. Yeah, that's not going to happen. There's the landed ship, and there's a faction there. We'd need all sorts. We'd need things like power armor and all sorts of things to get there. But that's a futurist problem. What was that noise? Oh, it was an ibex door. I wouldn't wonder there, mate. We can try and tame it. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. It doesn't have any chance of rebelling, you know what I mean? Kicking off and fighting us. So there's not too much of a problem there. This is requiring steel again. Steel is a problem. Let's start mining into there. Maybe a good idea, maybe a terrible one, but we'll crack on. I actually don't want to mine. No, that's fine. Just having a look around, see if there's any. Oh, there's more components that need to be brought in. Purple, beast of burden, and there's loads of that stuff there as well. Wooden spike traps are ordered there, and we've got them ordered over there, but they are focusing on building the flooring first. But there's loads of wood outside there anyway, so we should be fine. Right, okay. We haven't got any turrets yet, but we can build them now. You see we've got a mini turret there. So we should have more than enough to place some turrets around if we wanted to. Don't think we necessarily need to, though. At least the courtyard's getting built quite nicely. And, oh, that's a problem. That is, like, critical, oh my god, this could be the end of the colony type thing. That there. Placing the blueprints and then not building them. And then a raid comes. Throw me a bone, would you, game? Oh, good grief. That's... Yep, that's bad. That is very, very bad. So, they always prioritise the easiest way in, but they will ignore doors. So even though that there is technically the easiest way in, they can't go that way because, well, they'll ignore that door, they'll go this way, and then in there, going through all of these spike traps. And they're armed with lots of bows, not too worried. However, this is empty here as well, so they could decide to go that way. Yeah, they could just go around that way, and then in there. That is a possibility. And we don't have the wood to fix the problem, because they've used it, because they've placed the blueprints, they've removed the other stuff, and then just left a hole there. Because of game reasons. Thanks, game. So, next episode, we'll go ahead and panic, and we'll see if we can resolve that by ripping up some of this flooring, or pretty much using the wooden table. We'll destroy it. We'll just get rid of it, and then try to fix that. That'll be a fun one. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.